In today's episode, I'm gonna show you the BMW and Audi RS7 killer W218 Mercedes CLS63S. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode on Accident on Cars, we have another M157 equipped AMG 2015 Mercedes CLS AMG S modification. In this particular episode, we're gonna be talking about the design of this car briefly. We're gonna walk around, look at some nice and cool modifications the owner has made, and then we're gonna hop into the car and drive it. I think the most exciting part about this video is going to be the driving, the POV video, so stay tuned for that. My all-time favorite has always been the CLS. I think this is the best body style, the best design Mercedes have ever produced, and it's too unfortunate that Mercedes is killing CLS. Just look at this. Just look at like how aggressive, how mean this car is. Look at the stance it has on the road. Regardless of who you are, BMW fan, Audi fan, Chrysler minivan fan, I don't care. If you look at this and you are indifferent, there's something wrong with your eyes. Go see your doctor. More important than the looks is the performance that this car delivered. M157 in the AMG S version specifically produces 577 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque, which destroyed anything at the time. It destroyed the M5, it destroyed the M6, it destroyed the RS7. With the tune, you can go well over 600 horsepower, and like stage 1, stage 2 can get even crazier. So four-wheel drive, so it pretty much destroyed everything on the road. In Europe, you could get it in rear-wheel drive, but over here in the US, we only got all-wheel drive version, which initially some people disliked because they thought you couldn't drift AMG anymore, but that wasn't the case. You can still drift it. It's still rear-wheel drive biased. So with that, let's have a quick walk around, and then we're gonna open the hood, talk about the engine and transmission briefly, and then we're gonna take it out on the road and drive it. The design development was led by the best in business, Gordon Wagner, and he teamed up with Robert Lesnick for the exterior design and Hartmut Sinkwith for the interior design. The same guy who created the W211 Mercedes AMG, and as well as most Mercedes from early 2000s, including Maybach 57. So you can see we have some nice sweet modifications. First of all, my all-time favorite, and this car really stands out on the road, like over here in the Boston area. Everybody pretty much who sees this car once recognizes it the second time. The headlight, the owner, I think what he calls it, like demonizer or something. It has this like red inserts. It looks really, really mean, especially like with this like blacked out front, a carbon fiber spoiler, with the daytime running lights and the lights on. You look in the rear view mirror, it looks like a demon following you. And then there comes the rims. These are Werkmeister rims with the chrome lips. Whether you like it or not, let me know. It's up to you. Obviously, this is like, I would say, somewhat unusual to see on a Mercedes, but I think it goes really well with the rest of the modifications, like red here and with the red inserts in the around the lenses. It all looks really, really cool. He's blacked out the V8 bi-turbo badge. We have this, by the way, this car is like a carbon fiber package. So we have carbon fiber interior, carbon fiber exterior. So there's like carbon fiber mirror cover, carbon fiber side skirt. And those are not standard, by the way. The owner have added it. Obviously, it's tinted, which makes this just look so much more aggressive. And this rear end, man, like just this rear ass. I don't know, man. I don't know who can look at this and call it ugly. This is so sexy. The leaf style, the taillights, original when this car was first introduced, and when I saw it, I thought it wasn't my favorite. I liked the taillight on the previous generation CLS better. But over time, I think like with the like blacked out, especially like with the blacked out kind of like badges and stuff, I think it looks really good. I love this like spoiler, carbon fiber, the rather large one, carbon fiber diffuser, blacked out exhaust tips. So it all looks really good and sexy. And it sounds amazing. Take a listen and vote. Which one is your favorite, W211 AMG or the CLS? For the exhaust modifications, this one has, I think, like resonator delete and muffler delete. W211 only has secondary cat delete. So it's not a fair comparison, but nonetheless, leave your vote in the comments below. Let's talk about the engine, common issues, problems, and things to look out for when buying an M157 equipped car. So M157 5.5 liter twin turbo in the S modification specifically produces 577 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. It's proving itself to be pretty much bulletproof. It's not perfect. It does have its own kind of like problematic areas, common failure areas, and I'll go through those right now. So the first thing you want to do when buying an M157 is to buy like late 2014, even better 2015 year engine and upwards. Why? Because the early models had some issues with the chain rattle. Basically, the tensioners would lose their tension and you would have chain rattle at cold startup. The cam solenoids, an oil could get into those and travel all the way back up the wire and find its way to the ECU, potentially frying it. So all M157 owners should check the cam solenoid plugs frequently. I highly recommend you do that. In my SL63 video, which the link to that video you can find down in the description, we talked about the owner who had that issue and he got it replaced under warranty. It was like crazy money because the whole ECU had to be redone and reprogrammed by the dealer. Another one, obviously, like common Mercedes or German car issues such as oil leaks can be present. So make sure if you buy one, you know, get it pre-purchase inspection, get checked for the oil leaks. Not a big deal. If modified too aggressively, connecting rods can bend just slightly, but scoring the cylinder walls. Cylinder walls are aluminum silica, so very easy to scratch or score them. If you want to learn more about that issue, you can watch like Tassos Mascato, I think his last name is. He puts out great videos about M157 and the AMG in general. Like I said, mostly happens on the engines that have been aggressively tuned. Also, like some people suggest that you disconnect the oil pressure solenoid under the car so that it always has adequate amount of oil pressure. By default, it lowers the oil pressure for the emissions reason or whatever. So when you floor it all of a sudden, especially in comfort, it takes like milliseconds for the oil pressure to build up. Again, can potentially cause cylinder wall scoring. So some people just disconnect the solenoid so that the oil is always at the maximum pressure. With that, I think that's enough. Let's hop in and start driving this beast. I can't wait to start driving it. All right, let's drive the CLS. Let's drive the beast, guys. I'm so excited. The exhaust modification on this thing is so sweet. It sounds so good. The seats are comfortable as it is for all AMGs. We have dynamic seats to make sure we are nicely centered. Beautiful interior. Like, look at this. Just look at this beautiful interior, guys. Like, ample amount of carbon fiber. I think AMG, Mercedes in general is the king of the interior, followed by Audi. BMW is so boring in my mind. No offense to BMW, guys. And look at this shifter. This is my favorite AMG shifter of all time. Like, it's just like so enticing.
We that generation. Yeah. Magic. Dude, I see you. Yeah. You can die like a bitch and die a real nigga. Yeah. I'm starving. I ain't talking about no artists. If a nigga ballin'.
The turning radius is about like 37 feet, so not the shortest, but hey, it's an all-wheel drive car, so you can't ask for too much. I hope the microphone picks up the exhaust, the turbo spooling. The upshifts are so nice and firm, crisp, and each time you upshift, downshifts. Is that the blow-off valve you're hearing or not?
Yeah.
Pure madness, pure madness. And this car is stock. This is why I said in the beginning of the video, guys, this was a true Audi RS7 and BMW M6 killer. Nothing could come close to it. The steering wheel, man, AMG usually makes perfect steering wheels, but in this, like the S version, it's just so much better with this kind of like squared bottom on the steering wheel. It's the sexiest thing ever. It's a perfect diameter, not too big, not too small, and I love it. I'm in love with the exhaust note. I think it sounds a little like a Brabus exhaust. Like M157, what's good about it is that you can have so many types of exhaust modifications in it, and they all pretty much sound great. You can do just a muffler delete, it will sound perfect. You can do resonator and muffler delete, just like in this car, it will sound perfect. You can upgrade to like Meister shaft or some custom aftermarket exhaust, and it will sound perfect.
I'm starving. I ain't talking about no artists. If a nigga ballin' in the club, I'm a robber. Buy that bag of fuck, nigga, gon' get a coffee. California Kush be the reason why I'm coughing. Get jacked for the access floss. There hoes in my mouse birds, so be cautious. But the quicker young niggas, they don't do talk. Died in a jet, but
Pretty sure people will ask if there's a drone in the cabin with this specific exhaust modification. I want to say a little bit, not too much. It's not unbearable, it's not uncomfortable. As soon as I put it in a Sport Plus, it downshifts. This MCT 7-speed transmission is perfect. The owner has equipped the engine with a Rentec blow-off valve for, to ensure that there is no loss of power between gear shifts, as well as the turbo spool sounds. You know, those like each time it lets the pressure go. Sounds so good. You can even hear it from here, from the cabin. Well, this is always used to be a symbol of status. It used to be like something aggressive, enticing. It used to be a car that the pure AMG enthusiasts loved and preferred. If you go to like on Instagram or on YouTube, the most views for Mercedes, from the Mercedes content, are from the CLS. I don't know, man. Why did they kill it? Maybe because they couldn't give us a V8s anymore, and since they reserved V8 for only like 200k plus cars, maybe that's why they killed the CLS. I don't know. There's a CLS currently, which is the last generation, and it's not getting the AMG treatment anymore. Brakes are nice and powerful and very easy to modulate, as it is always the case with AMGs. You get into the CLS and you feel like you are the king of the, you are at the top, you are at the top of the mountain, you are the king of the road. You really don't care. Like an M3 RS7 can pull up next to you at any given moment, and you know you can humiliate them. You know you can give them a run. Now they can be tuned. RS7 tuned is very fast, I gotta admit. And maybe it's even a little faster from the get-go. You know, like the launch control on Audis is pretty good, but you can tune CLS as well. And if you tune it, they stand no chance. Going around these corners fast, no issues. Four-wheel drive gives you so much confidence. You upshift at first, the exhaust pops and bangs, and then the blow-off valve. I could do that all day long. to summarize, guys, if you are in the market for a performance car, if you are in the market for AMG and you are still debating in your head, I would say do not. Just go ahead and get a CLS63 AMG while you can. I would definitely recommend for anyone who is a car guy and is looking for a nice V8, definitely add CLS to your checklist. At least try to find one that's been well maintained and that has a good history. And hit me up if you have any questions about AMG, reliability, etc. I'll be happy to assist as much as I can. So make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow Accent on Cars to see more interesting car reviews and occasional cheesy jokes. I'll see you in the future episodes.